All good, yeah? Alright, cool. Demi, kick us off, man.
Made in Chafford podcast episode 134. We're in the building, we're live.
Yes.
Listen.
Yes.
It's about time. This, I need to get it on air. I'm really grateful to you, man. I appreciate how you came through.
Thank you very much.
We've got a special guest in the building, just in case you are not aware, but you will be now.
Yes,
Max,
sir.
please, this is your chance. Tell the people about yourself.
Hello. I'm Max. You might know me as BTBMedia. I make TikToks, everything UK rap, basically. I'm just a big fan of the music, and yeah, I love to talk about it. Thank you for having me on.
Nah,
No
love.
problem, Appreciate you, man.
Boys,
All right.
introduce yourselels.
Yes. Cole Sanusi, Don Corleone, in the building, in the flesh. You know what I'm saying? We live, we here.
It's Eman G45. The G solid, my name. The 45 is silent.
Come on.
It's the Black Mamba Dove. It's Get Chibogwe.
I need some nicknames, man. What's that?
You know what? We actually need to tell people beforehand that
We
they
get
have
our
to have
aliases
nicknames.
off.
Yeah, sure, actually. I didn't even think about that.
It's a cheat, I am, of course.
Yeah.
You got to stop doing that.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Any more?
So
Any
one,
more?
No, that's it. Unless we find another one. But yeah, this is what it is.
We'll see where the episode takes us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of
shoot.
course.
All right. Episode 134.
What's your alias, bro? You ain't saying nothing.
Oh, yeah, two dems. The real is back. The real is back.
Come on.
How could I forget? You know? The people at home need to, if they don't know, they need to get to know. That's what I'm going to say.
they
Do your
know.
homework.
Do your Googles.
Do your Googles. You know who I be.
Come
My
on.
money don't fold, it jiggle. What's it? My money don't jiggle, it folds. He was getting busy.
Why is that the hardest song this
There
week?
there was no need for him to go in like that. Shouts out to Amelia for having, because I wouldn't have asked, No way Louis Farou's got bars.
I didn't know it was him this whole time.
Who
Did you not?
I just thought, shit be going viral on TikTok, and I have no idea what it is half the time. So when basically he put it in a group chat, and I was like, so this whole time it was him.
It was brilliant, man. From start to finish. He's
Crazy.
really doing his thing. Yeah, that was the biggest surprise of the weekend.
Honestly, it's crazy.
Yeah, so Max, talk us through how you got your start on TikTok and why that particular medium to get your voice out there.
Well, I've been creating content since I was like in school for 2017. I was on Instagram first of all.
Yeah.
It's funny because BTB started as a fitness page. It standard for become the biggest big man. That's what me and my boy had going on.
Yeah.
So we used to post gym content, and then throughout uni, I was just like kind of slowing down, start picking up again. Then during lockdown, I was like, okay, let me start again. Posting regularly, and then I saw my boy. I don't know if you know him. He's called Your Boy Moyo on TikTok. He's got like 1.7 mil followers. He's my friend, and
Fuck.
I saw he was a content creator too, and he jumped on TikTok, and it just blew. So I was like, okay, I need to get on this app. So I started doing fitness content, and then I was kind of like, a little bit of success, but not really. And I was just trialing it out, and I was like staying tuned to TikTok, seeing how well people can do on there. Then one day I just like saw someone did the idea about football. And I was like, I could, like, it was like football conspiracy theories. Talking about like, one of them was like, Burnley don't have an away kit. And I was like, oh, wait.
Oh, what you think about it? I've never seen that away kit. No.
Yeah, it's
Shit.
things like that. And I'm like, oh, hold on a minute. Like,
That's so funny.
it's very clever. And I was
That's
like,
crazy.
I just decided to take that concept for UK rap. So I was like, that's something I know a lot about. I've like been going to concerts since like 2014, things like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me apply that concept to TikTok. That blew. So like,
What was your conspiracy theory for UK rap?
I was doing loads, man. I like literally every single day I was doing like 4 new ones.
Wow.
Doing things like M Huncho is Chunks. Things like that. Blade Brown and K Chap are the same person. Things like that. I was just posting.
That is an insane statement. Going back to back on your own tape is insane.
Yeah, it is now, innit? At the time, it was.
That's so funny.
I was doing that, and then that just blew. Every day I was like, I have to think of 4 more because like each video was getting more and more views. And then that kind of took me from like almost no followers to about 10K followers in like a month.
That's amazing.
And then I was like, okay, well, let me talk about like Fredo just dropped a project. I'm like, let me talk about that. And this was like 2021, start of 2021. And then from then I was just like, oh, I'm very comfortable to talk about rap. We're in a lockdown, so I can't post fitness content anymore. Really, that's the thing with fitness content. I had to be banging gym, and it's hard to stay consistent with that. But I was like, I listen to music every single day, so this is really easy for me to talk about, and I love it. I'm just a big fan of the music, and I just carried on talking about music. doing skits, doing conspiracy theories, doing all sorts of things, and it's just really, really taken off. And like the past few weeks, it's gone. I think I'm about to hit 75k followers today, and
deservedly so.
I
Congrats,
appreciate it, man.
Nah.
I mean, in the eyes of TikTok, that's not crazy numbers, but for me, like that's going from Instagram where you get like 100 followers and you're gassed to this.
It's an
It means
achievement,
a lot, man.
It's an achievement.
For sure. I think so. I guess just my question would be, where do you want to take it next? Like, what's some of the things you want to be doing?
Funny enough, the reason I was asking so many questions about this, I want to start a podcast or like kind of just interviewing people. Just having conversations with like friends, but in a studio setting, building the YouTube type content, maybe even putting it on Spotify as well. I might need to ask you guys about that after.
Yeah.
And then I'd love to interview rappers. I'd really love to sit down and have in-depth conversations about the music. Maybe do some like funny, quick questions for TikTok content, but have a like long, in-depth interview. Like I love Chucky's interviews.
He's really good at that.
I love how
He's
he
the
can
best
just,
at it.
it's so natural when he does it. I'd love to do that. And then I'd also love to sort of be a bit of I'd love to build YouTube content, be a bit of a personality. I feel like Harry Pinero, he has the best job in the world. 'Cause he can sit down and interview people, but he's also playing football with the sidemen and things like that. Like it just looks fun. I'd love to do something like that. But yeah, I think YouTube and podcast is like the next step for me.
No, I hear that, and that makes perfect sense. It's just interesting to see like the opportunities which TikTok is giving people. It does reward consistency for sure.
100%.
I think it's a good direction to go in. Okay, so I guess staying on the topic of UK rap, unless anyone else has any other questions before we...
Quick one though, on four videos a day, talking about consistency, how religious are you to that? Is that a case where you have to you have to do that, or is it, some days you're like, fuck it, man? Like,
yeah, I know it gets like, especially when I'm hungover and I'm like, because TikTok, I've learned like the best videos you have to be so animated. Like when I look at my videos from a year ago, I'm like, how are these getting views? I'm just like, these are the best things about UK. Now I'm like, yo guys, I hate it, but you gotta have to do it. Like, and it's only for like a minute. It's so funny when like my girlfriend's in the room and I'm like, got to make the TikToks today now, and just to pretend I'm not here. But no, I try and post at least twice a day. And I try and film at least twice a day as well. And then it gets to a point where I have a backlog. Like I've just got so many ideas like on my wardrobe, on post-it notes, on my whiteboard, in my notes app, on my just written everywhere in my room. So I've got loads of ideas. Then I'll post a video and people will comment like, "Oh, you should do this," and I'm like, "Okay, well, I've got more ideas." Yeah. So it's not like I'm running out of ideas, and it's not hard in that way. It's just getting the time to do it, and obviously, I don't want it to be bad content. I want it to be good content. So if I think of an idea, I'm like, I want to execute that as best as I can, but I also need to get it done within this half-hour slot where I've got to go out or something. So I do have a little backlog in my draft. So. Like, for example, today I'm going out after this. I filmed a couple this morning. But I've got a couple in my backlog. So when I'm like out and I'm like, I can't film one today, I just go, okay, that's good to go, post that. So really try and stay consistent and posting daily. If it's one video or 4 videos, like somewhere between that region. Yeah,
there has to be something on there pretty much every day. Fair enough.
Especially staying on trend, like you're saying, the Louis Theroux thing. If I posted about that next week, no one's gonna care. I posted about it yesterday and it's doing all right. Yeah. So you gotta
strike when the iron's hot.
Yeah,
I hear that. Nah, that makes sense. And I guess it's a very interesting app because obviously its algorithms are quite strong in terms of what it rewards, and it does seem to reward the creators when they post a lot, which is why some of them you just see like them not even doing anything. They're literally doing a smash or pass with the most ridiculous.
Some of them have been insane,
Smash or pass MCU. I'm like, wait.
Or the Disney characters or things like that.
Kill me, bro.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, but it's
as in the actor who acts as the character, or as in the cartoon character?
The cartoons, bro.
Cartoon
There'll be a filter that will like generate a random character, and like they obviously intended it to be like, oh, which character are you? But people have just turned it into Smash or Pass.
But it's because of that girl from that from that silly one where she was like, she goes Smash, and it was like Peppa Pig. Wait, I thought we was playing Smash or Pass.
Yeah,
you're definitely right about like the as far as rewarding stuff that's new and on trend. Because like I think 1 or 2 of our videos have done well. And we can't really tell sometimes when it's going to blow. But I think one of them recently did well was one of our Top Boy videos because we spoke about Curtis and Pebbles and people on there on Top Boy on TikTok. So there's definitely a science behind that.
Last week was probably like one of my best weeks of growth. I gained like about 8K followers in 1 week just
Nah,
because I was
fuck.
posting about Top Boy, and I was even doing some conspiracy theories and other things like that. And yeah, Top Boy again is like I can talk about because it's got loads of rappers in, and is one of my probably one of my favorite shows. Yeah. So I was just talking about that, and because everyone was talking about that, and now everyone's on TikTok. It's like before it would be Instagram. Everyone's going to Instagram to see what pages are saying about it. But on TikTok, there's not too many people doing it. So if you can do it, it does really well. So yeah, I'm keep on talking about Top Boy because it seems to just do really well on TikTok. So yeah,
Okay.
that's something for you guys if you need to.
I'm just gonna say Top Boy 5 times. Top Boy, Top Boy, Top Boy, Top Boy, Top Boy,
Do a
Top
clear
Boy,
little
Top Boy.
Curtis impression in there.
Top Boy.
little Curtis.
My G's looking for the
What a
baby.
yeah. We've got the TikTok clip.
There it
That's
is.
it. Yeah, that was easy money. They're gonna probably listen to this and think these guys ain't gonna shut up about Curtis, are they?
We're not. Since that episode.
He's such a good character, man.
Oh, honestly.
so good, man.
I just hated him. Like everyone just hated him every time they saw him.
But I hated
He's a
how
good
much. I
villain,
loved
isn't
how much
Yeah.
I hate him.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
One, you don't buy in Manchester because it's a shithole. Buy in Liverpool.
Fuck's sake.
Two, where's the shade? Do shade.
Where's
Douche.
Douche?
What did you say?
Nah, it's gone. Don't worry.
Oh man.
It's finished,
Fair enough.
All right, so I saw on TikTok you did a really interesting video idea of. So I'm gonna give you guys a bit of scope. So the Grammys was I think like
A couple days
ago,
Yeah.
and your idea was UK rap albums that you think could be presented for a Grammy.
Yeah.
Since when? From when?
I'm saying last 5 years.
Last 5 years.
Yeah.
Big Conspiracy.
Mm-hmm.
Was Common Sense in the past 5 years?
That was
Mhm.
2017. Yeah.
2017. Dave's first album. I'd say.
Psychodrama. Yeah.
100%.
What else?
Did you say Konnichiwa?
I said Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. Yes, definitely.
I mean, I think that
Konnichiwa.
came out
Definitely
2016, but that
We'll
my
put it in
concept
there.
was like albums that are Grammy worthy, like UK
Yeah,
rap
yeah,
albums.
yeah.
And by that I meant not only are they just top quality, but they do well worldwide. So like I would love to say like a Kano or someone like that, but his albums are so London.
Yeah.
But I feel like Hoodies or Summer
Hoodies or Summer, I think
is good enough to be in there,
Yeah.
though, for sure.
But
Like,
I was saying Konnichiwa definitely because I mean that one. I don't know if you lot have been listening to the Decode podcast where they're breaking that album down.
Yeah.
It's so sick, but they're basically saying that like Konnichiwa is literally scared to saying hello to the world, not even just like
Yeah.
hello, like to the world. We've got all the US features on there and stuff. I think that album definitely
100%.
could win a Grammy.
Yeah.
100%.
I was thinking, I don't know if it goes back to your point, if it's too UK, but I was going to say Gets' album, which came out
Ooh, yeah.
top of last year, I want to say.
Conflict of interest.
100%.
What an album. man.
Fantastic
Yeah.
album.
What an
man.
album.
That should be in there for sure.
Phenomenal performance, great features.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're missing something that's obvious. Obviously Dave
Yeah.
and them are obvious, but I'm trying. There's
I don't know if
somebody else.
Stormzy is. I don't know if that's.
I would,
international.
I don't know. I'd say Gang Signs and Prayers more than Heavy as the Head.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you ask me between the two,
Definitely.
the first one deserves to be.
I think that's something you can present.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, you know how it is. Some of these people, they get the nomination just off how big a year they had.
Yeah.
And Stormzy, when that album came out, was
of the world.
top of the world. He was literally everywhere.
Yeah.
So I think for
I
sure.
would say Frisco's last project.
He dropped one last week. You
Yeah,
talking about that one?
yeah.
I was listening to that on my way here. It
It's a good album.
sounded good. I haven't finished it yet, but it sounds good.
It's a really good album. That one's a good album, but his previous project, I would say that's worthy of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that one called again? I know the one you're talking about. It had Red Card on it, didn't it? Yeah.
Yes, Red Cards. Let me just search up. I don't
Um,
want to get it wrong.
I'm trying to think if there's any others that I've.
The Familiar Stranger.
That was it. Yeah.
The
Yeah, that
Familiar
one's hard.
Stranger, I think
That one's hard.
Yeah.
That's a top tier album. To be
Mm.
fair, yeah.
Frisco's underrated, I think.
Very,
Very.
especially with this new album. Yeah, it's just like he's just been dropping stuff, but people don't recognize. And it's
Yeah.
like,
Well,
why?
people love him on feature. I can't lie, he's probably one of the best people to get on a feature.
Yeah.
In any song, he kills the feature. But his own stuff, I don't know why it just doesn't get too much shine on it.
Fair enough.
I saw JME did a Grime MCFM last week.
Yeah.
And I went to that in Frisco.
Oh, how was that? I must have been
It
mad.
was so good, yeah, but I was gutted because it finished at 1. It was local to here,
Mm.
and you know it's a mission to get home.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I was like, okay, 12:15 was the last train or something. And the
Shit.
event finished at 1, and I'm like, okay, I've got to get this last train because otherwise it's looking too
Yeah.
long. But
Ah.
it was sick. Had a great time. Got home not too late because I managed to get a tube and everything. Throw a message the next day. Yo, did you see Skepta? And I was like,
No, dude.
Skepta must have come out right at the very end. I was gutted. It was such a small venue. So I managed to see so many rappers. I was like so gassed. And then come home and someone messaged me that. And instantly I'm just like,
Nah, hand in head moment.
yeah.
Oh, God. That's,
I know, honestly. Because he brought out like most of BBK.
Yeah.
But Skepta, so I'm thinking, he's not coming out then. He'd be
Coming
out
right
by
at the
now.
end.
Then he brought out even more rappers, brought out D-Double came, like he brought out so many guys. And I was thinking, okay, then they all left and Jamie was back on again. I'm like, okay, well, he's wrapping up, so I'm going to go.
What did Skepta come on to perform?
It was weird. It wasn't like a concert. It was like kind of just like
Small
pirate
venue.
radio vibes. Like they were just playing a beat and then
yeah,
everyone would grab the mic, spit 16 and so it was nice to witness because you don't really get that anymore.
No, not at all.
And that's the sort of thing we used to watch on YouTube. Now we're actually in the room with them. But yeah, it didn't. We didn't see Skepta. But it wasn't a concert neither. They kind of did some of their tunes, but sort of would spit the bars and then someone else would spit on the same beat. So it was, it was unique though. You're not gonna see like that wasn't rehearsed.
Is it similar to the way you describe it? It's similar to what Gasworks is doing at the moment.
Yeah,
when they've got like near on 20 man in a room and they're
like
still
a
trying
cypher,
to trying to shell it. I hear that. No, it's a very good concept actually.
Yeah.
I would love to see more of those.
Yeah.
And it's something that's missing from our scene because I remember we really came up on that. Like I'd have a freestyle on my phone. Do you know what I mean? I'd have like Chipmunks Westwood freestyle on my phone.
Yeah.
We even tried to do one.
We did.
You guys got bars.
No,
This is back in like
I'm
what,
bringing it back
20?
in.
That's why you got all your aliases. Yeah.
That's where they came
Your old
from,
MC
bro.
names.
No, not even all MC names. This was like 2010, 2011, I would say, back in school.
School days. Yeah, school days.
Yeah.
I think it was after seeing the BBK one. We all just got
We
excited.
was inspired.
Yeah. We all just got excited.
Shout out to Kalon, man. I remember that.
Okay, look. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
One of the most questionable bars.
He never lived that down, but you know what? That's what makes school. That's our scene, isn't it? Really, you
Our
get
scene's
that.
fucking great, man.
You get that one chance, and you know you either shell it or you don't. Unfortunately for Kalon, he did not shell it.
What other albums are we missing? I feel like maybe one of Little Sims' past few albums.
Her
could go
most
on
recent
there.
one.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, Introvert could go on there.
Yeah.
I quite like Grey Area as well, but I think Introvert might be just more complete project.
Just one of Brit Award or that, yeah. So
Yeah, exactly. So that's definitely one.
Is she the best? Oh no, because your favorite rapper is Kano, isn't it?
Kano is number one.
Yeah.
for me.
Fair. I like that.
I was gonna
But
say.
Little Sims
mad.
and Kano are like good friends.
Yeah.
She supported him a few times, so I've seen Kano a lot of times. So I've seen Sims
Sims a few times.
before I even really knew who she was, and I was like, oh, she's hard.
She's
And
hard.
yeah.
I was gonna say, is Sims the best rapper on Top Boy?
Not better than
Nah.
Kane.
And don't forget
Not
Dave's
bad
on
in
Top
Kane.
Boy as well. Well,
Oh
remember.
yeah, Modi.
Yeah.
Dave and Sims is a conversation, you know.
What do you
who's
mean?
better?
I think it's a conversation. I think
They're
there's a
very different, though.
conversation.
They're very different.
If you're to ask me who's like better technically,
Could be Sims.
he doesn't want to say it.
No.
and I don't even to tell you I loved it. I
Yeah,
loved
yeah,
it,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I think Sims might be better technically
I hear it. I was actually gonna say it is Sims.
Damn.
because Dave is so good, but he's so simplistically good.
Yeah.
But then when he does it, it's like nobody can do it the way he does it. Like it's so clear.
He'll nail a concept. Like his album is
Yeah.
like
What about
a
Bashi?
genius body work, but it's hard to
Bashi?
compare.
Yeah.
Bashi's out the picture now.
He's
though.
out the picture.
He hasn't
but
rapped
however,
since like 2015, 16.
when he
went
was
back
rapping.
When he
to-
was.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's the thing. If his Fire in the Booth, have you seen his Fire in the Booth?
Yeah.
If that dropped like in the same window as Wretch and Kano's, he would definitely be in that picture. Yeah, people forgetting he got a wheel up. He rapped in French. Like he rapped on an Arctic Monkeys beat. It was hard. I keep telling people to listen to Bashi's Fire in the Booth, but because he's not really rapping anymore, and because that came out, I think that was like 2013 or 14.
Yeah.
It's annoying that it's not gotten the recognition.
Isn't he
when-
now fully focused on just acting?
Yeah. I think in like I can't remember his last song he did, but I think it was 2015 or 16. He stopped rapping. It's annoying
The
because
last, the last song I remember was him and Young'un.
what was that?
Oh, what, when he was on the Ain't on Nothing remix?
Ain't on Nothing
Yeah.
Boy.
Oh,
He had the
right.
best verse on that as well. But he did a song with Skepta and Kano. And that's the last one I heard of him. But I can't. It's like Won't See Me Again or something like that. But yeah, and it was a hard song, and I was so excited to sing. Oh,
Yeah.
we're getting Bashi with the big, and then that was it. I've not
that
heard from him
was it, that
since.
was it.
But he's doing bits of acting though.
Very, very good, very good. Is
I
it?
like
Is it Us?
Nah, he's not in Us, but he's in this. He's in something similar.
Very similar. To
Yeah,
Us.
it's like-
yeah.
I don't really know how to explain it. so I won't do it justice.
You're not gonna bother.
I was about to. I was like, nah, forget it. But yeah, no, he's getting busy.
Which album would win? That's the question. So now we've got all the nominations. What would you say would win?
Psychodrama is one of the most important albums in my life.
Yeah,
So.
but I don't know if the
Easy
Americans would like, if it's Grammys, then the Americans are
But it's like
deciding.
it's.
But it is probably the best standalone album.
It's so UK, but like it's unapologetically like that. There's fucking a song called Shit 'Em on there, but I feel like even if you're from the US, you can relate to that. Like everyone is from somewhere. Do you know what I mean? So even.
I think, it's so personal that you just have to kind of be a human being to understand it. Obviously, if you're from London, you understand
it more,
Screwface Capital and all these kind of concepts, but you're listening to Dave's story, so you don't even need to, like, you're getting introduced to Dave. So
and it's got a fucking location on it. It's clear.
I mean, I would say it's like the whole accent, like language barriers, like sort of thing, but J. Cole and Bia, they just come through London. It's just different. Yeah.
That's so.
But then again,
she's the best rapper alive.
it actually comes.
I need that.
You see, J. Cole, J. Cole has the actual best pen because this is his first bar. Plane just landed, Heathrow, hop off the G4, standard. To say standard, that's a really old school word.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
So, like, lyrically,
he's really done his homework.
He's really done his homework.
Americans, please stop doing the man's not hot thing, though. That was the only thing that
actually don't talk like that.
Yeah.
It's like, it's okay.
It was a
But
joke.
to say standard, it's just like, man's really, like,
Yeah,
He
he knows
embodied
what's
it.
going on.
he's really here.
And then the
So-
English accent at the end, I was like, all right, give this man audio awards now. But when Bia said Shoreditch 5 times, I said, what's happening here, man? How did she get that feature? Like, no, this is...
Listen, look at her. She's the best rapper alive. I'm sorry.
You know what's
I have
mad?
nothing
I
more to
actually
say.
remember me saying she's actually about to blow
You probably did.
in like the culture and sounds.
Oh, wait, what, 4 or 5 years ago?
Way
Fucking
back.
hell, fair enough.
So
Good shout.
So basically, this is Made in Chafford, but before that, we had we rebranded from Culture and Sound to Made in Chafford. So I said that.
Respect.
Fair enough.
Claim to fame.
Numbers on the
Claim
board,
to
man.
Fame.
Claim to fame.
I can't argue saying Psychodrama would win. If you think about all the categories, I could see why.
It's
because
hard to
the
follow
most
psychodrama in any way.
It's the most accessible as well at the
Yeah.
bunch.
Yeah.
My personal favorite is probably Hoodies, but some people can't hair Kane properly. Like they
it
can't.
annoys me because if
it's
people
undigestible
aren't willing
for
to
some people.
accept Kano as one of the greatest rappers of all time, then there's no point trying to like
Yeah.
put
No.
them on. But
Yeah,
yeah,
100%.
Hoodies was somewhat.
What an album, man.
Yeah, no. It's
What an
phenomenal.
I was
album.
gutted it was only 10 songs, but you
Nah,
can't fault
perfect.
it in
I'm-
any way. Like you can't
Yeah.
fault it.
Not at all.
He knew what he had to do and he did it. That he was rapping like like rent was due. Are you kidding me?
I
Yeah.
listened to the
Yeah.
Get song yesterday.
Class and Deja.
Yeah, I listened to it again on the treadmill. I was like, "Fucking hell, man! What is this song like? What were they tapping into when this song came out? Like they just
Different,
all just
man.
elevated, bro.
He's just got such an energy, and I think you posted it. May have been this week. When he was on Big Nasty, show,
yeah,
and he just shelled
He
it.
was just chilling. He had a glass of something in his hand, and they were like, "Oh, what we rap? Go on, man, go
what's
on."
it?
Just shut it down.
Like old school rappers, can't wait to break you. No, was it like a box can't wait to break you up? I said, that's a what are you on?
How is that even?
That's
your
demon.
brain?
That's
just
what I always think when I think of lyricists. Like I could never have that
that.
lyrical prowess, but to be able to think of because it's a simple bar, but that would not come into my mind. I know. Do you know what I mean?
No, the one with that Wretch, that was the one because Wretch is like number 2. Wretch and Kane are like there for me. I can't choose. Kane is just about tops it, but Wretch doesn't write his bars. He's literally in the studio listening to the beat, and apparently he just like sort of mumbles to himself, goes into the booth, lays it down. So he doesn't even like write his bars. He just come to his head and he spits them, and they're that quality, boy.
It's nuts. I think the only thing that might be able to compete with it would be anything J Hus has released.
That's why I think Common Sense could be. I mean, it's hard to choose between Common Sense and Big Conspiracy, but I'm thinking Common Sense is the best display of J Hus because it's got more of the vibes, but it's also got some of the deeper tunes in there as well. It's got Who You Are, even Spirit. Like that's my favorite J Hus song because it's such a vibey song, but he's also saying quite a lot in there.
That's
as well.
an interesting choice.
So I think that's like a kind of no albums really compared to Common Sense in that way as well.
Yeah. And
but then
Fisherman, Nah, he was getting busy. Like,
It's a
Common
really good
Sense is
album.
clean.
Might listen to it
Yeah.
I
after we leave,
I
you know.
remember that on like Murky Fest. This was the first one.
Mm.
You just see Jay Haas.
Were you there?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
The thing is,
Vibes.
we
so
booked
sick.
it just like we just booked it, just saying, yeah, we're gonna go Ibiza.
Yeah.
Then the next thing, Murky Fest comes on that day. We're in the hotel as well.
Oh my gosh.
So we're in Ibiza Rocks, and the way like Mo Stack just comes running up the stage, singing his lyrics, just like this is amazing.
Different.
Yeah. So
Cold.
Seeing music
Yeah.
live as well is
Common
another level.
Sense,
Yeah.
I think Common Sense really paved the way for how music today in the UK is made. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people were trying to copy what the Americans were doing, but
Yeah.
then, like, of course, we had our own pocket. However, in terms of making it mainstream and still being true to yourself, that's what Common Sense was.
Yeah, definitely.
That's
Big
a
Conspiracy
fact.
was just another level on top.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah.
you can't take it away from Common Sense.
I agree.
So-
Common Sense is like the epitome of that Afro swing kind of era.
Yes, yeah. The only
Unmatched.
thing that could have happened that could have made Common Sense or could have made it not a conversation for me was, let's say, if something like Cucumber was on
Oh yeah.
was on Common Sense, then there would be no conversation to be had. But
Is that your favorite song from Big Conspiracy?
yeah,
Damn.
it's just
Wow.
painfully ridiculous. I love the audacity.
It's just
Met
no one
that
else,
girl
no
back
one
in
else does
October.
anything like that. Like, it's just so Jay Haas.
Nah,
I love
it's
it, man.
perfect, man. Yeah, it's tough to say, really.
All the albums are so different. Like, we were kind of
so
picking the best.
different.
Like, Konnichiwa could probably be like the best grime album. Hoodies or something. I don't even know what you call it, but it's just Kano's genre.
Yeah,
Like, 'cause there's a
same,
bit
man.
of grime, but it's not. You can't really call it a grime album. Then Big Common Sense is its own thing in like the kind of Afro swing. Then Psychodrama is like the concept deep stuff. It's hard to say. We're kind of picking the best, and it's kind of putting genres head to head. It's hard to do.
It's a challenging question.
But then again, I think Hoodies All Summer, like the first week it came out, maybe like the first month, nobody really paid attention to it.
It's 'cause it came out at the time of Top Boy as well.
At the time of Top Boy, but no one really paid attention to it.
Right.
And then
I had it on
we
repeat.
saw.
I paid a lot of attention. No, but I hear you. No, it wasn't like being pushed like
Yeah, no-
Gets' one. I wish it was pushed more like Gets' one was last
Exactly.
year. Everyone was talking about it. It's that
Exactly.
quality, but
Yeah.
I don't think Kano's ever gotten
But
his
as
flowers
soon
as
as-
truly as he should have done.
As soon as he did the BBC One performance,
Mm.
with Gets.
What, the
After
Suck
that-
Your Mum?
No.
The Jules Holland,
Nah,
yeah.
not
No,
Ah, okay.
Pastor Deja.
That's a
After
classic.
that, I think people started just paying attention because it was like, oh, hold on, he released the album.
Yeah.
Let's go and listen to it. And then the next thing you hear all these sounds like colliding just at this masterpiece. It's just, nah.
Come on, man. That song
Kano-
Popcorn is special.
Yeah.
Big tune.
Can't hold me down. That in
No.
lockdown was hitting different. I can't
For-
lie. Even the one with Kojo fans as well.
Yeah. It's a fucking good album, man.
Yeah, man.
Like, the
Can't
more I
fault
think
it.
about
Nah,
Can't
not
fault
at
it.
Good
all.
album,
Not
honestly.
at all. It's just, yeah. But you know what? It speaks highly to the quality of music that we have in this country.
Which is a good segue into
Yeah.
what we wanted to talk about, right? About
The state
of
of UK.
UK music.
Glad you came in it.
Sun goes down, Mazu goes
Bazooka.
down.
Oh, man, you have to rate the guy though.
I respect-
He's just like,
he
he's
ran with
He
it.
must be 16 or something. He's young.
Really?
He's
Yeah.
young.
Yeah.
He's a young
Oh,
guy,
fair
and people
enough.
obviously sending for him, and he's just like, "Thanks so much for this." Like he's toxic positive. Like he's so positive. Like
I feel bad
I
now.
rate
Yeah.
him. But I do not rate the music. I do not rate the music.
Fair enough.
And people keep, because I've like spoken about like these sample drill things.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't even call it drill anymore. They just put some 808s on there, but it's not a drill. Like 6-7 to me, that's drill.
Yeah.
What on earth is Glad You Care? Why does that fit in the situation? Just 'cause it's just got a bit of a beat to it. Doesn't make it a drill song anymore.
The Pink Panther one is one that killed me.
I think they were just trolling that one. It seems.
Oh
That's
yeah,
a trolling.
but people keep tagging me in new ones, and I'm like, I can't tell now which are
don't know
jokes and
anymore.
which aren't.
What's the worst one you've heard?
What? Someone remixed Justin Timberlake. Oh no, the worst one. So Swarms posted on his.
He can
I
go.
don't know if you see this. He posted on his TikTok, and he deleted it the next day. The start of it was him rapping. I was like, oh, it sounds quite good. And then it went into the chorus from out of nowhere. Like, it was uncalled for at all. It was just like, my mama don't like you, but she like him. And then it was some next drill lyric with the next one. And I was like, what? Like, just make a good, like, you started off
Right in
okay.
the bin, man.
Yeah, why
man.
hop on this dead trend. Like, no one likes it. So I made a video about it, and then Swarms commented on my thing, being like, "Oh, you silly boy, you don't know anything about music." I'm like, but then he deleted his video and the comments. So I'm like, whoa.
Well, what you?
Clearly, I do.
Yeah, more than you.
No.
Swam is a weird case because
Delivery
I
didn't
think
pay, bruv.
I think he might be talented,
I think he might be talented.
but he might just be more caught up
Do you know
in
what-
the
do you know
moment of
what's
things.
bad as
to
well?
Actually,
He was
you
a
know.
semi-pro footballer and he quit to do music.
Oh shit, really?
I'd
Yeah.
have stuck to the.
I know about y'all, but
Nah, he had that period in 2018.
He
man,
was
like, there
getting
some
busy.
yeah, there was
I
some
mean,
songs
I
coming out.
liked Nine, the one with Tion Wayne.
Mm.
I like he's done stuff I've enjoyed, so I'm not like this. He's not bad. He's not bad by any means. He has a role to play with in the UK scene. I'd say I do
I
like.
think he's just a bit lost now. I think
Yeah.
Kind of,
Like there's no direction.
Yeah.
What sort of musical content you want to make?
yeah, and I think it's hard if you're like in the center of like a trend. So that era when he was dropping Pumpy and Leica and things like that, he kind of like epitomized whatever trend that was. But now that's not popping.
Yeah,
trying to
I
find
don't
other
know how he
trends.
rebrands. Yeah, so he's
Yeah.
now trying to sample drill thing, and it's kind of like.
but I mean, like he did that song with Dino, which I liked. I mean, it's. I would understand if someone said that's not for them, but I think it was
which
a
one
good.
was that one again?
I can't remember what it's called now.
It's not Motorola, is it?
Nah,
Or am I getting confused with another?
but
it's that kind
Similar
of
type
sound.
of sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it's a good song. Like
Yeah,
he should just do what makes him happy. Doing
Wait,
this ain't working.
Was he a semi-professional football player, or was he like one level below?
I think he was semi-pro. I've seen in an interview that he was like a good football player, and he was saying he quit to do music in like 2017 or 18 to when his music was starting to blow. But
Yeah.
to be fair, I guess to be a footballer is very time consuming. So,
No, because
but
there's another guy. Is it? I don't want to say his name wrong. Is it Kamikaze or something like that?
oh yeah, Kamikaze. He's
Yeah.
he's like England's C. I didn't even know England had a C team, but I saw he got
shit.
called up to
Really?
England's like
And he's spitting
reserve.
bars. And he
Yeah,
even did
he's hard as well.
Even did a Pepsi advert as well.
Yeah.
So it's like
You can do it.
you could do it.
Can be done.
Yeah, he plays
Fair enough.
non-league, I think, or one of the lower teams, Kamikaze. But yeah, he's obviously very good at football and rapping. So I mean, I guess he's
Fair
not
enough.
too much in the mainstream.
Well, I guess he
As Swams
really
was.
thought about it.
Yeah, he's calculated that one
Yeah.
smartly.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So
I mean, if he wanted to, he could. I'm not gonna stop him. So I'm just go back to playing football, innit? Like, if it ain't working at the moment, why stop?
That's a fact. But do you actually think we're in a bad state? Like, would you say the music is in
I
a bad
think
state?
it's a weird one because we say it's like terrible state, but then we've actually had some good albums in the past
Yeah.
year and stuff.
That's a fact.
And we've got like Stormzy's dropping an album, Nux is dropping an album,
Before
Nines is
we
out of
continue.
prison. Like there's bare potential.
Thank you, Nines, for coming to save us. You guys are the crisis. I'm on my way.
But I don't know if you've seen when Nines dropped Crabs in a Bucket in the interviews, he was like, he's so can't be asked the music. Like he said he's got one more
just
album
don't
left
care.
in him, then he's like
The
done.
Chucky interview, isn't it?
Yeah,
he just
yeah,
didn't-
yeah.
He just was like,
And
I'm
we
over
were like,
it.
I stop it now. Stop talking,
How
bro.
can
Just
you-
drop music.
He's one of the most talented artists in the UK.
That's a fact.
and he's talking.
Yeah,
I said he's just talking on the mic.
his flow is
He
different.
really
yeah.
is just
He really
talking.
is.
Yes.
He really is.
Hit me
It's just
back
'cause
when
he's-
I'm
yeah.
free, and that's never. Come on, man.
He's just such a gangster, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
so he's probably one of the only rappers you know. He's probably spitting the truth as well. So he just lives
sure.
that lifestyle. So he
For
just
real, man.
talks it on a mic to a beat, and it sounds good.
For real. Fuck.
You're going to talk about Nux. You're going to say that.
Yeah, oh, that song with SL.
Yeah, good track.
They got busy.
But, yeah, but like to go back to like the state of how the UK scene is like the drill, like how they use the samples. I think
That's a wash. Like that trend. I hope it is just a trend.
because I was listening to somebody and he said that yes, it's creative, but how like it's just I was coming from this perspective of like it's just being recycled.
Yeah.
Everybody is doing the same thing. When does it become creative when everyone's doing the same
That's what I'm
thing?
saying. So people coming at me for being like, oh, but Dave used to sample in Starlight. I'm not coming for the act of sampling because that's something that every
Oh,
musician does.
you'd never be happy if
But
you was.
you're literally taking this is why it's a cheat code because this is why it's kind of popular. Because you basically take a song that everyone knew and loved 10 years ago, copy the beat, copy the bars,
Everything.
almost word for word.
Yeah.
Add a drill remix, which is the current trend that everyone loves.
Yeah.
You merge it together. Of course, people are gonna they automatically know the tune because that's from a while ago. It's got a drill beat, so it now sounds cool. And then so like it doesn't even matter what you say. People are gonna like how it sounds, but the music isn't good. Like it's not.
It's just lazy, man. It's just lazy.
Exactly. It's a cheat code because you're cheating. You're not making good music. You're just copying.
Like people comparing it to what Dave did on Starlight, that's just not what's happening here. That's
not
two
at all.
different
you know.
things completely.
I mean, you only have to look at say someone like the genius of Kanye and see what he does with a sample. That's different. The sample's elevating.
Oh yeah.
And it's a different song. Like for example, you take PYT. You heard the first few chords of PYT. Then you heard the first few chords of Good Life. Yeah. And you're like, these are not the two same songs.
No,
so it's actually genius how Kanye could hear that song and go, I'm gonna take that bit.
Exactly.
That's talent. That's creative. Whereas copying like
just
I don't even want to think of more.
bar.
Yeah, literally. The song goes that. The song's called "Glad You Came." Like that's the same name as the original song. Like
how do they even get the clearance
that's
for
what I'm
this
saying.
shit?
How is it legal?
I don't know. That is a very good question. I don't know how.
Maybe it's like you can. It's like just out.
Very good question.
Certain songs have their IP out in the public.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Must be the real question is why is Digga D making all of these 50 Cent songs
I know,
and he's getting away with it? Some of them are good, but I'm just like, are we okay? Is this okay?
I wasn't crazy about the last one.
He's trying to win America by force, I think.
You think so?
I think so. I was thinking about this the other day, how UK rappers can like break America. There's all these kind of different ways, and Digga D seems to be doing it by force. Like,
but
I don't know, because then you alienate us.
Fair enough.
That
was fun.
Knows what that is.
Yeah.
Fair enough. We cool, but this new one.
The new one.
Nah, didn't bang.
Questions, isn't it? Yeah.
Did not bang for me, man.
Nah, neither.
And 21 Questions is a different sensation.
Yeah.
Digga's annoying in the sense that like he's obviously so talented. I'd even say, I was thinking this the other day in terms of like top 5 UK maybe on his day in terms of everything. But his biggest issue is his criminal activity. So he obviously can't, like he's got some unreleased tracks that are life-changing, but he can't ever release them, can't ever do anything with them.
By life-changing, do you mean in a good way or
good way?
way?
Like, there's one he's got.
You never know with him.
There's one he's got that I can completely understand why he can't release it. Like there's a line in there that has.
I know which one you're.
The one that was like leaked on TikTok or something.
There's that one.
I know which one you're talking about.
But
that one's
I can't remember what the name of the leak is called. But yeah, and I'm like, that's a shame that can't go on your album. It's better than what you're releasing. Like.
Have you seen the documentary about Digga D?
Yeah,
and it kind of just like it explains where he's at with his music, how he just can't. I think some of that's like calmed down now, but yeah, it got to the point that he was at a Black Lives Matter protest, literally just outside his yard, and they came and got him because they're like, "What you doing? You're not."
Yeah, they were on him.
Yeah.
That's why his first album, Made in the Pirates, are just bleeps everywhere.
I didn't think Made in the Pirates was as good as what was his last one? Pray for the I can't remember the name.
Trap Diaries or something?
Yeah, something like that. But that one was hard, and then he went to prison for a while. Made in the Pirates, it was okay, but I thought Digga D so hyped, the music didn't match the hype. But I saw Digga D live. Went to his tour, and like he's very good. His like stage presence was good and everything. But what was worrying to me is everyone in the show was just kids, but they're all wearing balaclavas. I was like, you guys don't know there's a cloakroom there, like you know hot. But also like every single word they're singing, and
it
they're
gets
like,
hot.
Yeah,
that's
it's one song. That's a workout.
Way you're dripping inside.
That is ridiculous. I can't believe that.
Yeah, it's kind of made me deep. All this stuff about like drill affecting the youth, I never really thought like, nah, I could never. But when I saw all these kids singing with their chest, like chinging him up, all these lyrics, I'm like, you guys know what you're saying? Like, that's horrible.
Yeah.
We're talking about stabbing people.
And they're just gonna play PS. That's it.
Yeah, I hope so. But there was that story. I don't even know where it was, but it was just.
Oh,
like
was it
12-year-olds?
Reading or something?
Yeah.
They were like,
and they killed someone, and it was over like some like mobile phone beef, something stupid, and that's when I was like, and of course you can't blame the music. Like it's not the music's fault, but you can see they're watching it going, that's cool. Let me buy a balaclava. Let me buy a puffer jacket. Yeah, and it's like, oh, he's wearing that. He's cool. And then it's like, what next? How do I don't know. Kids are very insecure at those ages, so they're just trying to do what they think is cool. And I hope it doesn't lead to violence, but maybe in some cases it does. When it would never be about that anyway. Like they're trying to use it in the press. They're trying to use it to explain like current crime, like knife crime and stuff in London. Yeah, which it doesn't do. But I think maybe with these kids, if there's problems happening there, then they could be influenced by drill, but I wouldn't blame drill for that.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, I hear that. Like,
It was just mad for me to see Diggity performing all these sort of 12, 13-year-olds in balaclavas. I'm like, why are you
it was
wearing
weird that was part of the marketing for Made in the Pirates.
It
Like,
was.
Definitely
yeah,
it
you
was.
could buy a balaclava. I'm like, why would I do that?
Balaclava, get a Pyrex as well.
Yeah, literally.
Could you
For the
imagine?
price of one, and you get the album. Sign me up. I broke my Pyrex.
Do you think the issue kind of lies with drill then? Because I think the overall scene is actually healthy.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
healthier than it was when
Yeah.
back from the Skepta days where he was making them Sugar Them songs. But like now, like we've just lifted off like 6 or 7 good albums.
Yeah.
Do you think the issue is with how drill is evolving?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. When you talk about drill, to me, I've like good drill music. I think 6, 7, and like that stuff where like
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
where it
real.
began-
It's
where it
real.
began. Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's what makes good music when it comes from somewhere real. Which is why like Kano and all those albums we just listed was like a part of a rapper's reality. Whereas all this trendy stuff, like all these people talking about chefing people up on this stuff to a like Justin Bieber beat or something. It's just not
It's
true.
wild,
It's just,
yeah.
It's
just
here today,
lies.
gone tomorrow. I promise
Yeah,
you. I promise
which
you.
is why it will not last. Like, there's no longevity to it, but unfortunately, people listen to it now. Like, it'll be trending now. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. I think when we say this, it's in a bad state. I think it's good albums like change that, but we're not getting any good albums from these trendy people. So like, it's just like the filler noise.
Yeah,
Does there need to be
true.
like a chosen one, or someone needs to break through the noise in drill in order to be?
I think it's. Do you know what? I've actually thought this for a while. I don't know if he will reap the benefits, but I think whatever Nux pushes through, I think that will become the next thing. I think
Is he drill though?
he's
No,
not.
no,
I'm not
no,
saying
no.
he's drill,
He's
but
his
I'm
own
talking in
genre.
terms
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the development of the UK sound. I think that's the direction it will go in.
His is
Because
like
I
the chill UK.
Yeah, and I think the reason I think this is because of what I felt back this up was how good Unknown T's Goodums is. I was like, that's perfect. That's the direction drill / or even UK sound in general needs to go. If someone can get that right, clear.
I think Heady
Guys,
One's a
man.
good example of like
Yeah.
where drill should go, because obviously he started off as a drill rapper and now you wouldn't call him a drill rapper. So like he did what was needed. I mean, he was bold by dropping the Gang EP because no one could call that a drill thing at all.
Yeah.
I rated that personally. I know
Really?
people, yeah, but I
Me
know
and Demi were
people.
like,
I know
not the
people
one.
were thinking like that's just not the Heady One we know.
I
and love.
appreciate the effort because it's something different.
But then when he
yeah.
dropped Edna, he was free to do whatever he wanted on that. He could do
Yeah.
drill if he wanted,
yeah.
he could sing if he wanted. Like he kind of broke all the boundaries for him, which I think is quite bold for a drill rapper to do. Like you're not gonna see LD dropping a singing album anytime soon.
No.
But
No chance.
like it kind of just breaks the walls that you're a drill rapper. You have to do drill music. Like you can do whatever you want. And I like seeing you're a drill rapper. You obviously you start making music when you're really about it, and then obviously the music can get you out of there. So you don't have to keep rapping like you're still there. Like you
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
elevate.
Because more often than not, when they do elevate like that, there's always you kind of have to change your sound. Like even
Yeah,
when,
yeah.
like for example, like Stormzy, like obviously everyone's saying, yeah, he's grime this, he's grime that, but yes, his albums have grime elements, but they're not really grime
Nah, they're
albums.
not grime
No.
albums.
You
They're
know
not
what I'm
grime
saying? So
albums,
you have
nah.
to kind of sacrifice that if you really want to become
An artist,
that big of a
yeah.
star. So that's just you're spot on.
Yeah, you just have to change up what you're talking. You could probably still spit on the same beats, but you got to use different. You got to talk about different things now because you're not really doing those things.
For sure.
Like Stormzy went to church and he made GSAT.
Exactly. Hey, someone said that Stormzy's running on stage like he's Waluigi. Like,
But he's been doing. He's been doing.
why
that.
is- just bare legs, bro.
Yeah.
Just,
Nah, it's insane.
that's crazy.
Someone said, I can't remember what rapper it was. I think it was Young Teflon said Stormzy's wardrobe for his concerts are just trousers.
Yeah, I was at one of his shows. He's wham now.
Yeah,
Like
he's
he's,
super wham,
we've not
bro.
heard from him in years. He's just been in the gym.
Just
Like
been
he's
gymming.
wow.
He's trying to get Maya back. I
Lose him-
understand.
Yeah, bro. He performed his song.
Here's a
with
Maya will do
Maya.
that.
I get it. I get
I
it.
understand.
My man
I would
saw-
still try if I lost my.
My man saw she was with Ben Simmons. Said, "I bet."
Bro, doomed, man. Oh, crazy.
That's crazy. I guess so. One thing I wanted to put towards us for conversation was, so I saw Atlanta they were saying Atlanta is probably the #1 city in terms of rappers, that they could draw a roster of 5 great rappers. And I thought, no, we could actually do that for London or the UK anyway. Who would be the 5 that you think would make it up?
What is the best
The
5?
best 5.
Yeah,
from
best 5. Let's
London.
say we're going best 5 for Chicago, best 5 for...
Okay.
So
and
best
then-
5 for London.
So who are we sending?
London.
Well, I'm saying UK. I mean, especially when you consider the UK can fit in Texas 5 times.
Put Wretch in there. Put Gets in there and put Kano in there. The other two you can decide. I don't know, but those 3 have to be in there for me.
Okay.
I hear that.
For me,
It's a difficult one because obviously if we're talking like either the best 5 rappers or then there's my favorite 5 rappers, then there's like the best from each like subgenre. Like you could have like the drill rapper, the best grime rapper, the best. Yeah, it's hard to choose.
But what I'm saying is, okay, let's put some caveats in there because I think it's the names you've.
I've gone for ability.
Yeah, exactly. If it's ability, but when they did this, it was more like Atlanta commercial in the sense of
everything.
Yeah,
okay, that's different then. That's different.
So my thing was, I would say I'm sending Stormzy, I'm sending,
David.
I'm up Dave.
You gotta put David in there.
Has to be there.
I'm sending J Huss,
J Huss has to be.
Yeah.
and I said I'd send Digga D.
You put Digga D in
Yeah, I
to
would.
rep drill.
To rep, yeah, or whatever's happening right now.
I'm trying to think who I would put to rep like the drill of today because I'm talking best drill rappers for me.
So that's my
but
thought, and I had a real
hear
tough
you,
time
big
finding a 5th option.
I'm surprised you didn't put Unknown T in there.
I was thinking about it, but I don't think.
For you anyway, because I know you.
Nah, I
you
really
like
do rock
him a
with
lot.
him. Yeah, no,
I think Skepta, you know. Are we talking like commercial?
everything.
Everything?
Yeah,
I think
even
Skepta
commercial
has
has
to
to
be
be in there. That's why I liked what you said, but I had to add that caveat.
Yeah. Mine was ability alone. So
Yeah.
that's a whole different.
Ability, they're getting washed. No, those three,
Those three-
don't even send anyone else,
Avelino in
man.
there, yeah.
Bro, put Avo in. He's underrated, man.
Oh,
Massively.
so underrated.
He can
so
fucking
underrated.
spit, that guy, man.
Boy.
But is he underrated because he can spit? I know that's a crazy thing to say. But
I
like,
hear you.
Is that all
I
he can
hear
do?
you. Nah,
He can make tunes, but maybe his song making ability isn't as high up as you would, even maybe as a Wretch.
I think Avelino missed his window. Like he dropped the Fire in the Booth. Everyone heard him. Then they dropped Young Fire
Wrong
Flame,
Flame, which is hard as bricks.
Then he dropped I'm rubbish with names. He dropped a mixtape like in like 2017. It was going hard. Then he was dropping the singles where he dropped like Bosie, So Fine with Hailey. He dropped another one. Like he had like 3 songs that were like summer bangers.
Yeah.
And he was meant to drop a project then, and he
Didn't do it.
And then he dropped one last year, but it was kind of like that was your time. Like you'd done all that build up. That was the time. And now it's kind of like difficult for him to like. Because I saw him perform after he dropped those things, and it was like a big show. It was not massive, but it was good. Then I saw him again this year after he dropped his tape, and it was like a much smaller venue. It was sad to see, but the concert was incredible. He brought out Notes, Wretch, he brought out bare people. He was loving it a lot more. I think maybe he must have gone back and reflected and like improved himself because his ability to perform was so much better that one.
Nice.
But it's kind of sad because he's so
bittersweet.
good.
But he's always got one in him. Like I feel like every summer he's very good at making a summer song. So I don't doubt that he'll come back again.
Definitely.
100%. I
so
just
good.
feel like, what else is there after you can spit? You know, that's
I don't agree with you, man.
that's how I
think
feel.
he's-
I'm
think
not
he's got
saying
it
it.
in him.
I get what you're saying, but if you're thinking like that, you could say that about most rappers. Like they've kind of got their one thing about them, but his ability to spit, I think, gives you a long-lasting career.
Oh,
Like,
100%.
I would
I
happily
mean,
listen to all his
He'll
songs.
be busy for the rest of his life. Like I have no doubts about that, and he's incredibly talented. He's one of our best that's
Talents,
doing it. Yeah,
100%.
100%.
Yeah. So what we're saying J Huss, we're saying Dave, we're saying Skepta, Stormzy,
I sent Digger, but
and you're saying
I've got
the Pyrex
4.
man.
go
Let's
with
hear
the
your thought.
Pyrex man.
You've
fuck
been
you.
quiet. You've just been thinking.
Very, very thoughtful. So there's Skepta, there's Gets, D Block Europe.
Ooh, what a choice!
Oh shit. When you think about how much the US loved them, it kind of
Yeah.
makes sense, right?
I want to say Tion Wayne, even though with his current stuff.
I hear what you're saying.
With
that
his
I-
current, with his current stuff, people would be like, nah. But beforehand,
He was very good.
he was
I could even make an argument for Russ.
no.
Not at all.
No.
Alright, well,
Wait, we're saying top 5. We're not
Yeah,
saying
nah,
any
he's
5.
not. He doesn't get in over Digger. I don't.
but he's got a #1 single. If we're talking commercial, he can obviously do
I'm
it.
talking about vibes, single, music, body of work.
But I
Russ
don't know
Five,
if
I
Tion
can't
has.
go for
I don't know
five.
if Tion has enough. I know what you're saying, but I don't think he has it. Like for example, the album he put out last year.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was all right, but it's not.
Doesn't
Nah.
touch Gets. Doesn't touch.
It's
Kane,
not even in the
doesn't-
same
doesn't touch
hemisphere.
his
I'm
album.
thinking of like
I hear what you're
the
saying.
spectrum of like
Yeah.
UK
He's got the maddest touch.
hip hop, grime,
When he's on the-
whatever
Yeah.
it is.
He's-
This
yeah.
UK sound that's top 4 for me.
Fair enough.
But then the 5, I can't think of 5.
There would have been a time I'd have said NSG, but I don't know what's happened over there, man.
Yeah.
NSG.
They are. There's
They're
not.
different though.
Yeah.
They're more. They're vibes. They're not
Yeah,
really
they're-
like.
I hate,
vibes
but that's
than
what I'm saying. Like they were on a, for me personally, they were on a roll. Like
They
they couldn't
really
be,
were. They
they
really
could not
were.
be stopped. And it's,
No, I think they still got their.
I don't think they're
still
top 5 though, but they're doing their thing.
I'm thinking like when I'm sending these people, it's like you're thinking of everything. I guess to my own point, I guess they might not be as commercially as big, but some of the singles they've given us have been huge, and their album wasn't bad.
But are they rappers?
Do you know who really slaps
that's
for
true, actually.
drill?
That's not in my brain. I don't see
You
them.
don't see them as what do you
Do
see
you know
them
who really
as?
slaps for drill?
What are
Party,
they?
man. They're good vibes.
Yeah, they're vibey. They're
Abracadabra.
just vibes.
Abracadabra is. Yeah.
Okay.
I hear that.
I could probably say that's my 5.
Him and Tion and who was the other ones?
Wow, that's a bad combination. But
Hey, do you know what? I was thinking this the other day.
man.
We're never gonna get some songs that could be amazing. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
Obviously,
Forget
what?
about it. Listen, don't even try.
no, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
I would have
no.
loved to. What does a Heady and Tion Wayne song sound like? I'll never know.
Fight.
We'll
Sounds
never
like a
know.
fight.
That is fighting talk for real.
Yeah, no, that would be my top 5. So Gets, Skepta, D Block Europe,
Tion.
Tion, and Abracadabra. That's
Damn.
top 5.
That's a good.
It's not-
To actually
bad 5.
explain UK music as a whole.
I respect. Did you just say D Block?
Yeah. D
Oh,
Block
yeah,
Europe,
yeah. That song overseas with Central C, man. Which like, just not stop playing it even still. Yeah, Eman put it on the playlist.
Have we missed an obvious one in Central C?
Ooh.
Because the youths love him.
They
and in
lo-
America, they love him as well.
They
Yeah.
fucking love that kid.
Yeah,
So maybe
potentially.
the chosen one. Maybe, bro.
Oh, for sure.
That's your man.
That is my. Listen,
I'm surprised you didn't say him as well.
No, I just he's very good at what he does. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't know if he offers more after that. And he's got the ability to have a terrible bar or make a bad song. So I can't. That's why I always struggle to back
But
him.
would you put him in there to future-proof that? Because he is arguably being pushed as the guy.
Yeah,
So if you
yeah.
put him in there, then you kind of have that generation covered. If he becomes, which it looks like it's going to be. you know,
Yeah, true.
main
The
guy.
next pick, yeah. RD.
No. Get out of here.
Listen, I'm part of RD's PR team. I have to
For sure.
show love.
H.
Fuck off.
He's not
he's
top
talented,
5.
you know.
Yeah.
I think he can spit. I'm not as big. I don't listen
Yeah,
too
H
much
is
to his
hard.
music, but I
He's
think
hard.
he's genuinely talented.
No,
And he's
he's
different.
He's
He's
very
very
some
fucking good.
Parley
I-
Broussard or whatever with Heady.
Parley, yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
That was a great song. Yeah,
It was.
I think he's talented.
No, he is talented.
man.
I really like his
him. I
single
do like
Safe to
him,
Say from one of his EPs. And he'll always have my respect for his first album title, H2O. I was like, yeah, that was genius.
man. It's pretty
I
smart.
think H has gotten better over time. I think at the
He has
time
as well,
people
yeah.
didn't. Well, it was like a mix. Like some people loved him for the verse on what was it, Keisha and Becky,
Yeah.
and then other people were kind of like, who's this guy? And then now he's kind of people know where he stands in the scene.
Mm.
Like, yeah, I think he's
He's really
good.
put himself out there.
Yeah, yeah, and I think RD's replaced him as that guy that everyone loves. Like from that.
But I think that would do H
Yeah, it's done
favour,
him
as in
in terms
like,
of-
as in he can actually be a bit more of a serious
Yeah.
character as
Yeah,
opposed to
yeah,
just
yeah.
being the UK raps white guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
So I think that RD coming through has done him a favour.
yeah.
Even I don't even like understand how RD's so out of here. Do you know, like, I guess he makes songs which really translate well with the younger generation,
Yeah, he's
but
young, man. It's like I couldn't really. I tried to listen to his thing, and I was like, the first few songs I was like, okay, yeah, he's doing his thing. And then I was like,
After a while,
it's the same. It's the same thing. Like it's for
Oh,
young.
okay,
It's for
yeah.
young people.
Yeah.
I hear that.
All right, my top 5. Yeah,
Go on.
I've been thinking. I've been taking it all
He's
in.
had so much time.
Yeah, I was-
This
let
better
me
be
see where it's
good.
going. All right. J House has to be there.
Of course.
No one
Yes,
like
yeah.
him.
Right.
Dave has to be there for the commercial side and the quality. Skepta has to be there for just everything. Everything Skepta can do.
Yeah.
Right. Then I'm gonna say Digger for Dro.
Okay.
Okay.
Because he's got the high potential C, but he's better than him. I think
Yeah,
he
yeah,
is. He
yeah.
is for sure.
it's number 5. Everyone's struggling with number
Yeah,
5.
it's
isn't it?
hard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say Kano because he's my.
Yeah, no,
number
I'm
one.
not even mad at that.
I ain't mad at
And
that.
I think you have to have someone that you can say like, look, this is someone who's been doing it, that's got the longevity. Do you know what I mean? And be like, this is someone who's stuck around and is still in our good graces.
Yeah,
He's obviously gone on to do other things as well, which someone in your top 5 should cover. You know, he's smashing it on TV.
100%.
So, I mean, we're about to find out if this boy can really act because he's got that show with, or Daniel Kaluuya's writing and producing.
I'm excited for that.
Me too.
I'm very interested in how that.
I think he's an unbelievable. Kano's an unbelievable actor. We've only seen him play Sully.
That's
but
the thing.
Sully is such a good character in Top Boy, and he played, especially this new season where he's been a bit more reflective and everything. It's so good. Like, the only thing that annoys me about that is that we're not getting any more music from him. But at least he's doing these good acting performances. I think him and this last season of Top Boy was
Only one more season as well. They confirmed.
Yeah. I'm kind of happy though. I don't think there's like that. These guys are like, what? How old are their characters? 36 or something. Like, there's only so much longer it can do.
It will just
really.
enter into like power sort of realm. Yeah, I think. Well, we were saying this in the chat. I think like shows about drug dealing and whatnot, they only have such a long lifespan. I think the most you can do is 5. They can't be going on like the Flash into season 8.
The thing about Top Boy, it goes into so much detail.
Yeah,
I agree, but I
So
think
much
you'll
detail.
just get silly. The longer, because really, I just don't think you can be in the drug game for that long.
Someone has to die.
Yeah, you either have,
Essentially,
you have to
someone
die
has to
or
die.
you go to jail. That's the way it ends,
Yeah.
or you leave the game. You know.
Quick hot take. Do you think Ats should have died? Should have been killed off?
I don't know. Behind the
was an
scenes,
interesting
apparently, he was
decision.
running his mouth. So,
Oh, really? Is that why he wasn't in it?
well, not as in
character.
his character.
I thought you meant like written after.
Nah, he's not 14. Do you know what? Apparently, Renell, however, is upset that he wasn't called back. I think
I posted a video about this when the last season came out. Obviously, like when it was relaunched for Netflix, when that season came out, he was on Twitter like, I don't know why I'm not in, like really salty about it. And then he was tweeting some stuff about what people said in interviews, like recently being like, nah, they're chatting rubbish. Because I saw Ashley Waters say in an interview that he didn't want to act anymore. He just wanted to play football in real life, and apparently that's not true.
That's not the case because he's decided now.
So I don't know. I mean, Rhino was a good character, but I don't know if there was room for him in this.
Nah, I wouldn't. There was
Like,
his story was done.
Yeah, because what I love about Top Boy is obviously, you know, people love to see the gang violence, whatever, but they bring in the really deepest, like the truest stories to it as well, like what they're going through at home. And Rhino was kind of the only one we saw in the first 2 seasons because it was shorter, whereas this one we saw a lot more. And I think, they didn't really need to bring.
Nah,
him back.
it would have been filler.
They could have given him, like Jem was in it for one episode. They could have maybe given him a nod.
Maybe,
But,
but I'm not like, as a viewer, I'm not like,
You're not
fuck, you should have come back.
Yeah.
hung up on that. Yeah,
We've already seen Rhino, and we loved him as well. Like, he was a good character in the first 2 seasons, but
for sure.
his story's done, I think.
Agreed.
But do you think Ats should have been killed off?
I think they should have, like, he should have at least featured in one episode.
That would have made more sense.
No, definitely.
It was a bit cold that he just got killed off.
He for him to die, it definitely set off a chain of events. So I'm gonna say yes. But you're right.
Yeah.
They should have at least showed us it. But there's probably
it's true, actually.
politics behind
I
it.
think with this Top Boy, because the last one was so good because it was a war, you know, there was these 2 things. They couldn't really create that with this one because, you know, Jamie was on their side, so they'd have to build a whole new gang coming up, whatever.
Yeah.
So it was interesting. So they had to make a lot out of these little things, like Pebbles getting into trouble with some guy, ended up in the hole. That was crazy. That scene was crazy.
Yeah.
But it was just on one little thing. So I think Ats getting killed led to this big thing with Kit and Jamie's situation. So it did. It did sort of. I think it did have to happen. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It led to so much more. But I don't know where they're gonna go with the next season.
It's Steph's story. That's what I'm saying.
Deshane has brothers, so his brothers could get involved.
Does he?
Yeah, remember in like Summer House first season?
I thought you only had the one brother that got the iron to the chest.
That's from the same mum. But
Oh.
then the dads.
Oh.
Yeah, then there's the dads. And then
You're right.
Fair.
now there's Ats and what's his name?
Aaron and Steph.
Aaron and Steph.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aaron and Steph, sorry. They now have to deal with the situation that
Well, this is my thing, because, I mean, spoiler alert if anyone's not seen Top Boy, you probably should have stopped listening a while
Too
ago.
late now.
But I was coming with a thing that so we confirmed yesterday, Michael Wood posted it, like Jamie died.
Yeah.
But, they've literally seen him get shot, and these guys aren't on road, so surely they just call the police, and then Sully's in prison, which makes a bad story.
Yeah.
So I think Tia must be involved somehow. Do you know?
Because the scene kind of alluded to it, right?
She's just walking by, she can hear Steph screaming and stuff, and she's just like casual. So I think she's somehow involved, and maybe that gun that they picked up is somehow involved. Because there has to be a good reason as to why they don't just go to the police or something.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to dispose of the body. Like, they're going to tell the police, surely. So
I didn't even think about that. That is a crazy theory.
or maybe it's just like they just write over, because I don't know. But for me, like, logically, it doesn't make sense that their brother just gets shot in front of them by some guy they've literally seen do it. And they go, you know what, we're going to sort this out ourselves, when Aaron's just graduated and Steph's still a kid. Like, he's still shook from getting moved to by those guys by the bins. So I don't know.
Oh,
That's
wow.
why a part of me doesn't buy them making Steph the guy
I don't
straight
want
away.
Steph to be the guy.
I don't think it's unless you do a mad time jump.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense in my brain, especially
Yeah.
with him. Just obviously, he's not really even done anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Bad. Just
But
yeah.
I think
They're
Tia
alluding to it,
somehow has to be
She has some.
involved.
Yeah.
That's all I can think. Yeah, I think this next.
So what
season's
do you
just
think?
gonna
Like
be
something
shit.
like Tia may have sold Kano the gun or Sully the gun.
I don't know, man. I don't know how. I don't know.
It's gonna be crazy.
I can't think how they do it, but somehow I don't know the way she was just walking. So I don't know. Her character annoyed me so much.
You're not
The way
alone.
she's just walking
Yeah.
at the end, you just see the back of her head. That was annoying me as well.
When she crashed the car and was like, "This is long. Are you dumb? Like
Yeah.
what?
Why? Why did you do that?
She's nuts."
For real.
All right. I guess. Does anyone else have any topics or questions?
I mean, we
No.
can talk about Will Smith getting banned. from
Yeah,
the
sure. Why not?
Let's
Yeah.
quickly touch on that
Yeah.
before we
He's
leave.
banned for 10 years now from the Oscars.
That's a prison sentence, you know.
He can still win Oscars though. but
Oh,
just,
is he?
Yeah,
He
he's
just
banned
can't
from
be there.
attending. Yeah, because movies won't get Will Smith in their movie if they know he can't win an Oscar. Like,
Well, they're already putting his movies on hold. Like
Oh,
Bad Boys
really?
4 is
Crazy.
Yeah.
really?
He had a show. He had a
Damn.
film with Netflix which has been paused as well. Yeah, man.
I don't give a
Damn.
damn about Bad Boys 4. What we do with Bad Boys 4?
I don't know. Bad Boys 3 made money, so
They should just
Yeah.
stop, man. They should
America.
just stop.
either way, that's his current situation. That was crazy.
It took a lot. It took a lot of me, like, kind of figuring out what had happened for me to get to the point where I could comfortably say now that he did the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But initially, I was like, like I just kind of, I was very like binary about it. I was like, listen, if just take away all context, right? Let's say somebody does something to your other half in front of you, you're
Yeah.
gonna react, right?
Yeah.
But then obviously, when you add all the layers to it,
Yeah.
you add the fact that it's a comedian, that you add the fact that it's Will and Jada and their relationship is rocky.
Yeah.
You add the fact that Will's been corned for years.
Yeah.
You add everything to it, and you're like, yeah,
And he
Will,
laughed
you fucked.
initially as well. It's
And
not
you
like he was
laughed.
like, I
Yeah.
didn't say that about my. He was laughing.
Yeah, you fucked
Yeah,
up
man.
here, Will.
So you can
did.
see he saw she was upset. It was like, all right, I'm doing
I
something.
gotta do
But
something about it.
Having seen that this week, they've just re-emerged all the just cold stuff she's done to him. Like,
It's peak. They should just. They have to. They have
They
to.
have to get a divorce,
I feel
have
so
to.
bad for him.
When
man.
apparently now it's not like factual, but when I saw an article say that she's telling close friends that she's disappointed that he slapped him and she doesn't need protecting.
He can't win.
Violated. Yeah, he's
So-
violated everywhere he goes.
He
man.
can't win. He's got to leave.
There's
bro.
no way. What's he? This woman's ruining his life. Actually, I don't want to do that because I'm not in their house. But Will Smith is clearly not in a good place.
I mean, you could be in the house.
I could. I've not tried. That's the
Give her that
problem.
D, innit?
Yo, Jada, what's up?
Do you not want to hear a conspiracy theory?
Go on.
Apparently, Will Smith is gay.
Is that the?
Apparently,
I
It's
have
from
heard-
a
I
source.
keep hearing.
I've
this.
heard that.
You said this on there before, right? Or you alluded to it.
And not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, of course. Live your life. Live your truth. But you've definitely. I feel like you mentioned it before on this podcast, and I was like, I didn't know. And
It
then,
was
but
a
there's a lot of
rumor.
rumors
Yeah.
behind it,
Back
like from
in,
years
like-
Could
ago.
explain some of the stuff,
2000
but yeah.
whatever, man. Very early 2010s, and basically he was on holiday with another actor,
Mm.
and he was just enjoying. And then they said, "Oh, he must be doing something with this actor, this male
Yeah.
actor." And he said, "Nah, nothing's going on. It's just this is my friend.
Mm.
That's it." Now the fact that you're saying this, nah, I don't want to believe
You
that.
never know.
I don't want to believe that.
You never know, man.
I'd like to think that he'd be able to come out. if he
I don't
was
want
gay.
to believe
100%.
that. Nah, because listen, we said this on we spoke about this on episode 111, and I asked the question. when
How
does
do you
good-
know the specific number of the episode?
I went back and listened to it just to
Oh,
see if
man.
I was actually talking rubbish.
Fair enough.
And I said, when does good food turn bad? this is a clear indication that she is ruining this man's life. And it's wild. Like, everybody could see it.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, like we're watching this in real time.
We
That's
are,
crazy.
yeah.
even like Joe Budden on the Joe Budden podcast, he was talking about this like conspiracy theory. Like, he was just hating on the fact that Will Smith is happy. Like, on social media.
Hating that someone's happy is crazy.
That's the most Joe Budden thing.
Yeah,
I've
that
ever
is
heard
Joe
in my
Budden.
life.
It was the way he was explaining it. It didn't make sense. However, he was basically saying a man who's just doing all this stuff on social media, like, he's been quiet for how long? He's the Smith. Like,
Yeah.
he is one of the definitions, if not the definition, of black excellence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will Smith.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't get any better than that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're now doing all this happy nonsense on social media. It's like, where does this come from? Like,
Yeah.
where is this energy? And then of course now we see Jadon with the Red Table Talk just talking crud about the whole situation. I haven't felt this good for so long. Like, what's going on,
Yeah.
man?
Nah, it's an
What's
insane
going on?
situation.
Yeah.
And then him going up to slap Chris Rock, as you said, I can understand where a man could actually think that is
Yeah.
rational
Yeah.
in terms of everything that's happening in his life right now.
Yeah.
And him trying to say, I'm doing this for my wife.
But then when you look at the layers,
It's, yeah.
the one that,
And then you come out and say, I don't need protecting. Nah, man.
yeah, the one that was the biggest violation for me is the video that reemerged of him explaining, like, after her 37th birthday, he planned her 40th birthday,
Oh,
and she just said, "That's your ego talking," and he just took it as well. But the way he was
Fucking
telling that
insane.
story, like,
Man.
I was an idiot, but I'm like, bro,
Was
what?
you?
It took
What?
3 years to plan a
He
surprise
booked
birthday.
Mary J. Blige.
Yeah, and then that's her response, and your response is, you're right.
He's got to go, man. He's
Yeah,
got to
man.
leave that
Come on,
woman.
man.
That's just
No,
a toxic relationship from
Yeah.
what I can see, man.
your ego's
It's
being.
sad to watch.
Yeah, it's fucking sad.
I hope you can. I don't know, man. Like, some people can be emotionally abused. Again, I'm not in the house, but it just seems that way from what we're able to see. No way am I gonna sit down. Like, I don't think at the time we really deeped how mad that Red Table Talk was, where she explained the situation with August. No way am I gonna come sit down for the whole world to see.
You keep that at home, man.
Nah.
And what's wild is the fact that August was the one who actually needed help. And she took advantage of him. Like, a lot of people don't want to actually
Have that
Have that,
conversation.
have
Yeah.
that conversation.
You're
She
right.
took advantage of him.
That's a fact.
And she said, yeah, it was entangled. Nah, man.
Entanglement
Mate.
as well. Oh, that meme of Will Smith after that one as well.
And that's
I
exactly
feel
now
for
you're
him,
a joke.
man.
That's
I
a
feel for him.
for real. And what, like, I don't
She
feel.
said, I don't need your permission. Like,
I feel like that slap he wasn't just slapping Chris Rock. I think he was slapping.
the
You're
world.
slapping
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
Bro,
Slapping the world.
I think he just had enough. Like, I think there's also an element of that. Like,
That's a fact.
he's seen her face. He knows they're on TV. I thought that was a T-shirt.
sorry, guys. Clear my nose.
Nah, I respect it. He knows they're on TV, so he's probably thinking, "Fuck, not again!" Like, just have a
I'm
good
gonna get some
time.
memes about this.
Oh,
and,
exactly.
Yeah.
created some more right after that. So
Kind of peak
If
as
I
well
got-
because anyone else that won an Oscar that night, no one cared.
no one cares.
No one
man.
cared. He's ruined the night.
And that Oscar was a response to keep the Oscars white. Well, like that whole protest a few years back.
2016, yeah.
This
They
was a
boycotted.
response.
Yeah.
This was
When you know, there's no way Tyler Perry can come up to me to talk after I've slapped someone. I'll listen to Denzel, but I'm not listening to Tyler Perry. Come up doing his Medea voice. Get the fuck out of here.
Fuck out my face. Yeah, it's
I really need to know how that conversation with Denzel went.
I
Yeah.
don't know, man. Not well because he was crying on stage afterwards. He's just a mess. I think he just needs to leave her.
He needs to
Yeah.
leave. And take a break as well. There's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely.
And the worst thing is, like, it's not a case of like, oh, we were the only guys who were right when we said this on episode 111. It's that everybody knows what's going on. And brother, you just gotta leave, man.
Yeah.
You just gotta leave that situation.
Through the
How
Smith.
can your daughter be writing?
What? Tupac?
Why?
Well, yeah, Rilla right there, the two-pack, didn't she?
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Shakur, man.
It's just a mess. Of a
How long has he
situation.
been dead? And he's still
25 years, 26 years,
crazy,
When did he
crazy.
die? 94, 96.
96.
Wow.
Yeah, 96.
So before you were even conceived, you're writing
Before I
a
was
letter to a
born.
man.
Bruh, it's crazy. man.
Nah. It's done.
We could spend another hour on that.
For real.
It's depressing, isn't it?
It is actually sad because that's our guy.
It's depressing to see somebody like that who like a lot of people idolized.
Yeah.
A lot of
Respect,
people
man.
loved and respected.
Yeah.
And to see a
It's-
man.
It's not him as well. Like, I'm adamant about that. Like, it'd be like, it's just, that's not the person we know. He's been famous for 30 years. You have to remember that. Like, and he's not really had any scandal or anything like that. This is out of character. So that's why I'll give him good grace, because human beings, we make mistakes.
Yeah,
Like,
no, absolutely. You can tell he definitely.
as Back Sheriff said, put your hands up if you fucked up. You know, no one, no hands, say less.
say less.
It is what it is.
Cool.
But yeah, before we round up, we have a playlist which we add to every week.
Yes.
So pick your song choices for this week.
Do I get one?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah, go
good.
on, bro.
Man, there's so
It
many
would have
good
been
songs
Pusha
out
T,
right
but
now.
this week is going to be Bad and Clean by Infamous Isaac and Frisco.
Shouts out to
Ooh,
Infamous
okay.
Isaac, man.
Yes.
Good
Love
dude.
that.
Lovely album.
God, there's so many good songs out right now.
I'll say
know.
mine while you lot think. I don't know if you've
Go
got
on.
this on there already. I need to check out your playlist actually. Lean M Hunter featuring Gigs. I don't know why that song is just slaps. I just whack that up. Whack that up loud. It's a good song.
That's a
man.
good song. Good choice. I like that song.
Mine is Livid by 0001S. Oh, they're out of Scotland. It's good.
Is it Scottish drill?
It is. It's
No way.
It's the man them that did Make My Man Dribble Like Kent. I don't know if you've ever heard that
Nah.
TikTok song.
First packs and potions, now this. Like I'm losing track, man. Like what is it now, bro? I'm gonna pick a song from Rema because his album came out, a really good album.
Oh, yeah?
I'm gonna put Hold Me on there. It's a song. It features Black or Six Lack, whatever you want to call him. Yeah, there's so many good songs out right now. I'm having a good time.
Nah,
Yeah,
for
that's
real,
good.
for real. Yeah, so everyone's made their choice.
Yeah, I
so,
thought
I
you
didn't-
meant-
so
Yeah, it's
I'm
been a long
blacked out
day.
then.
Neck and wrist don't lie.
Like a wrist don't lie. It's special shouts out to J. Cole on that verse on London though.
Yeah.
Obviously the accent is kind of dodgy, but the verse is fucking
Yeah,
it's
ridiculous.
Can someone talk to him? Why does he keep doing it to people? Why is he trying to spin every single person?
I
He
think
gets
it's
on
just
the track
his,
for?
it's just his.
He needs to relax, bro. Like she's not even a rapper. Like
Actually, no, he's just in
Even
God
on
mode at the moment.
Even on the Dreamville tape that just released recently.
yeah,
Pause,
spinning.
pause,
I respect
Spinning.
it.
pause, but yeah.
Love that.
Cool. It's been a good episode, man. We appreciate you coming
it,
on.
man. Thank you
bro.
so much, man.
I love a music conversation. We've not had one for a while, but this was a really, really good
We're
one.
actually a music podcast.
We've just been chatting shit the past few weeks.
But yeah, I guess Made in Chafford podcast. I don't guess. I know Made in Chafford podcast episode 134.
Tell
Yes.
the people where they can find you.
Yes, sir.
Oh, BTBmedia on TikTok, BTBmedia on Instagram. But that's due to change. I mean, I'm due to add my actual name to it.
Yeah.
Due to change it to BTB Max if I can get it. But when this comes out, BTB Media everywhere, really. Check it out. And yeah, obviously big up these guys every time. Thank you for having me.
Love that.
No problem.
Had a good
Thank
time.
you for coming through, bro. We really appreciate it.
Thank
Amazing,
you, guys.
bro.
Appreciate it.
Cool. Love.